The world of military aviation has witnessed some of the most groundbreaking innovations in the form of fighter jets that dominate the skies, but one aircraft that has been buried in history until now is the YF-23 Black Widow II. Considered by many as the aircraft that could have shifted the balance of power in the skies, the YF-23 was once written off as a failure. It lost the U.S. Air Force contract to the F-22 Raptor back in the early 90s, but like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Japan has decided to resurrect this piece of aviation history, equipping it with the most cutting-edge technologies the world has ever seen. Why is this long-forgotten fighter being brought back to life now? Is it just a nostalgia trip or a serious game-changer in air combat? The answer lies in the current geopolitical climate. With rising tensions in the Indo-Pacific and the looming threats of China and Russia, Japan has decided that the time for a revolutionary aircraft like the YF-23 is now, and they're calling it the F-23J. Let's explore how this resurrection is set to flip the script in the world of fighter jets, why the F-23J is more than just a relic, and how it stacks up against modern-day opponents. The YF-23, an engineering marvel that never was. The YF-23 Black Widow II first emerged in the late 1980s as part of the U.S. Air Force's Advanced Tactical Fighter Program, a competition to create the next generation of air superiority fighters. It went head-to-head with the F-22 Raptor, which ultimately won the contract. The YF-23's design was futuristic, sleek, and unlike anything seen before in aviation. With its slender diamond-shaped airframe, it was engineered to be stealthy, with a drastically reduced radar cross-section, which would make it virtually invisible to enemy radar. But that YF-23 wasn't just a stealth masterpiece, it was also fast, incredibly fast. The aircraft's super cruise capability, allowing it to fly at supersonic speeds without the use of afterburners, was ahead of its time. Afterburners tend to make fighter jets more visible to enemy infrared sensors, but that YF-23 could zip through the sky while keeping its heat signature minimal. Couple this with its V-tail design that eliminated the need for vertical stabilizers, and that YF-23 looked like a fighter from the future, speedy, stealthy, and nearly invisible. Yet, despite its sheer technological brilliance, the U.S. Air Force chose the F-22 over the YF-23 for reasons that seem to put the Black Widow in the rearview mirror of history. While the YF-23 had unmatched speed and stealth, the F-22 was favored for its superior dogfighting capabilities, which the Air Force felt were essential for future combat. The F-22 was also more cost-effective to produce, so the YF-23 was relegated to being a historic footnote, a plane that could have been but wasn't. Japan's revival of the YF-23, a matter of national security. Fast forward to today, and the YF-23 is being brought back to life, not by the US, but by Japan, and it's coming back with a vengeance. The aircraft has been given a dramatic overhaul with next-generation technology, transforming it into the F-23J. Why is Japan digging up this relic from aviation's past? The answer is clear: geopolitical tensions and the need for Japan to take control of its own airspace. For decades, Japan has relied on the U.S. military for protection under a security umbrella. However, recent developments, including China's military advancements and Russia's growing assertiveness, have prompted Japan to reconsider its dependency on foreign allies. The country faces the growing threat of China's J-20 Mighty Dragon, Russia's Su-57 Felon, and even North Korea's missile tests. These threats have exposed vulnerabilities in Japan's air defense, and the time has come for Japan to take matters into its own hands. Enter the F-23J. Japan's technological overhaul, the F-23J. When Japan decided to resurrect the YF-23, it wasn't about nostalgia, it was about survival. Instead of starting from scratch, Japan realized that reviving a proven airframe and upgrading it with modern technology could get them to the front lines of the next-generation fighter game far quicker and more economically. What emerged from this decision is the F-23J, a fighter that's more than just a modernized YF-23, it's a fighter built for the future. The F-23J is armed with cutting-edge stealth technology that takes radar evasion to a whole new level. The original radar-absorbing materials used in the YF-23 have been replaced with plasma-based stealth technology, which allows the aircraft to warp electromagnetic waves. This tech dramatically reduces the aircraft's radar signature, making it nearly invisible to enemy radar and infrared detection systems. This leap in stealth technology means that the F-23J can essentially hide from detection, even from the most sophisticated radar systems. The F-23J's engines are a game-changer too. Developed by Japan's IHI Corporation, the XF91 low-bypass turbofan engine delivers up to 44,000 pounds of thrust, allowing the aircraft to achieve super cruise speeds and even hypersonic speeds above Mach 5 during flight tests. This makes the F-23J one of the fastest fighter jets in the world, capable of hitting speeds that outclass the F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning II. But speed alone isn't enough in modern combat. Japan has gone above and beyond by integrating artificial intelligence into the F-23J. The AI systems help the pilot with real-time threat analysis, identify enemy aircraft, and even assist in autonomous dogfighting. The F-23J can recalculate flight paths in microseconds to respond to threats. Plus, the cockpit features voice control, allowing pilots to operate key systems without using their hands, a crucial feature in high-stakes combat situations where every second counts. The loyal wingman, AI drones to back up the F-23J. Perhaps one of the most revolutionary features of the F-23J is its integration with unmanned aerial vehicles or drones. The F-23J is not just a fighter, it's a command center in the sky. The aircraft can control a formation of autonomous drones, which can serve as missile launch platforms, reconnaissance vehicles, or electronic warfare assets. These drones can provide vital intel and augment the F-23J's combat capabilities while keeping human pilots out of harm's way. This is autonomous warfare at its finest. Japan's decision to equip the F-23J with a loyal wingman drone system marks a quantum leap in modern aerial warfare. It's no longer just about one fighter against another. It's about a network of assets working in tandem, with the F-23J leading the charge. This system ensures that Japan's air superiority can be achieved with fewer human pilots at risk, making it a formidable force in any conflict. How does the F-23J stack up against competitors? The F-23J's cutting-edge capabilities have made it a source of concern for countries like China and Russia, which have long dominated the skies in the Indo-Pacific region. Japan's quantum radar system is a direct threat to China's J-20 Mighty Dragon, a fighter that has been touted as a technological marvel. The J-20 relies on its stealth features to stay undetected, but the F-23J's radar-penetrating tech could render the J-20's stealth abilities useless. Japan's new fighter is not only faster, stealthier, and more advanced than anything China has, but it also possesses the ability to take on targets from far greater distances, leaving opponents with little time to react. Russia's Su-57 Felon also pales in comparison. While the Su-57 is a formidable fighter, the F-23J's speed, AI-powered combat systems, and hypersonic propulsion give it a significant edge in almost every aspect of air superiority. If the F-23J performs as expected, it could easily outpace and outmaneuver Russia's top-of-the-line fighter before the enemy even realizes it's in the vicinity. But the F-23J isn't just about beating rivals. It's about sending a message. Japan is asserting itself as a major player in the global defense scene, making it clear that it no longer has to rely solely on foreign technology. With the F-23J, Japan is setting itself up as one of the leading defense forces in the world, capable of holding its own against superpowers like China, Russia, and the United States. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most mind-blowing comebacks in aviation history, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss out on more epic stories from the world of tech, defense, and futuristic innovations. Catch you in the next one.